Probably, I know I did something, Tiffany, yesterday. I'm sure I did something. I'm sure it was not yours. But I can see that my volume little bar is moving, so I guess that means it's recording. Is it just normally the three of us, or sometimes we have Zach back there? I think that's right. I think he's like working or something. You know, one day I'll get it figured out. And then like we have days off, and then I feel like my mind just goes back to not knowing how to do anything. Y'all know way more than we do. I know. I don't know why those things happen. Yeah, and then it becomes easier. Hey. Yes, I'm gonna pause this anyway. The bell hasn't even rung. Waiting for some peeps to get in. Pause recording. Okay. Hey guys, it's Tuesday, September 15th, and I pulled it up to your announcement section today. It says that we're going to be going over a positive negative PowerPoint, which I would have gone over with y'all Friday, but I had an emergency myself and I had to leave. And so I'm sorry, y'all kind of were left to figure out how to do that positive negative sheet, but y'all did. I mean, y'all, you know, the little sheet that had the different, I had a PowerPoint to go with it, which I'm going to show you today. But you guys did a great job. So, and then everybody that's tuning in now, you know how to get here. You click this link and you would show up live with us. If you go to assignments, also, I have gone back in and opened every assignment back up so it closes on September 24th. September 24th is the last day of the 6 weeks for us to take grades. So everything's open back up. So if you accidentally forgot to upload something, or you know you did it and for some reason, you know, y'all know you did it and for some reason it's not reflecting, you know, we'll find it or whatever. But just so everything is open, all your sketch, everything's open till the 24th. So that means, you know, those of you at home, if you haven't gotten some things turned in, turn them in. There's no late points. You know, we're really, it's a trial and error. We're all trying to navigate the computer system and the Canvas and the projects. And so everything is open until the 24th. Nothing is closed. If you are locked, if you found something, email me. I will open it back up for you. You know that every week, I was just telling everybody that all the assignments are open again. They're not locked. So they're going to end, they're going to lock September 24th. That's the last day of the 6 weeks. So you can go back into anything that you might not have finished or uploaded an image, you know, so you can get grades for it. So they're all open until September 24th, because I have a lot of people on virtual that have some stuff and then they don't have some stuff. Remember that you have your sketchbook assignments, and I don't even know, were y'all able to upload your sketch assignments from last week? Okay, one of my classes, because I wasn't here, I forgot to turn it on so they could upload. So remember this week you have week 4, you have slides 14 through 17 to upload. And last week most of you did this worksheet. Well, it would be a worksheet, but most of you completed this in your sketchbook and took an image of it. This is what you did last Friday. This PowerPoint I'm getting ready to show you, I was going to show obviously before y'all did that, but I had an emergency and had to go take care of that. So we're going to do that today. So that's why there was no live Zoom. So I'm going to show you a little PowerPoint. We're going to do one more project with positive and negative. This is PowerPoint right here. It's going to be pretty much review for you, more than likely. Hello, screen. Come on. Okay. Yes. So here we are. Make sure this is recording. Yes, yes. Okay. So exploring positive and negative design. which is what we've been doing. We've been dealing with shape. I'm just going to review this a little bit. I tried to show you a few different types of presentations because they all kind of have different ways of thinking about things. This is what we're going to be doing today. This is literally what you're going to be doing today. You're going to be making your own negative, positive design as opposed to filling in yours from last week. So we know that. So we now know that the positive shape would be this lion, and the negative shape is all the area around it that makes that lion pop out. Okay, so we know that. We know we have positive. We know that we have negative. We've also looked at this vase. This vase design is really cool. It's a great example of positive, negative. You are either seeing, you could look at it very quickly and be like, that's a vase. And then you could look at it very quickly and be like, that's two faces. So this is a perfect example of positive, negative, exactly the same in one design. You can see negative space in any type of three. It doesn't have to be like something flat. Like you can tell that these scissors, if you pick them up, there's a negative space inside, the scissors. So it's here again, the shape is positive and the space around it and the space inside of it is the negative space. I love this. I didn't even know this until I was putting this together. I've studied this this woodblock print right here. It's pretty famous. You might occasionally see it probably in like a history book or something. It's a Japanese woodblock and it's a print. And what's so cool about it is, one, the image is really cool, but if you take this whole wave thing here and just make it all one shape, which we've done here, and then do the same for the background, look how the two shapes are exactly the same. Can y'all tell that? Like you don't really notice it here because you have all this detail and then you have the background. But when you take this shape right here and make it all like white and back here all black, notice that this and that are the same thing. Like I could turn that upside down. I never noticed that. You get what I'm saying? I never noticed that until I looked at it that way. And I'm talking, I've been studying this image forever. I never realized, meaning, we could turn this upside down. Basically, we could take all the design that's in here and flip it and put it here, and it would be the same. It would be broken up the same. That just blew my mind. So here's some just more really cool international positive and negative designs. Positive and negative designs are the quickest way to capture someone's attention. You see them every day. You see them in your Facebook. The Facebook logo is a F, and it might, I think it's the F is white now. The background is blue. Instagram used to, now it's kind of colored, but Instagram just kind of used to have like one color. Snapchat, yellow background, white ghost. All of that is positive, negative. Here's a couple of other really powerful, just strong images. Positive, negative design is used a lot for any type of posters, logos. Typically all logos are, and we're going to do a logo project. We're going to move into logos after this. I love this one. It starts off like a city type of, like from the top, kind of like nighttime city. And then it kind of slowly goes down to the bottom and you can see that it's nature and, there's some positive animals, but the trees are negative. But then again, the trees suddenly become the positive in the building, which is kind of interesting I think that's just so cool because you're going from like positive to negative, but it also becomes positive. Does that make sense? Because it's a tree. This stuff trips me out. Like when I start staring at it and trying to decipher that. That's a Malaysian artist. This one also super cool. If we pulled the zipper all the way back here, all of this up here would fit nice and neatly back into that cityscape. So that's an excellent example also of positive, negative space. But You know, so if we had continued the zipper right here, you know, it would all of this would still look like that. It's so cool that that's going to fit into there. That comes back here. I don't know why. It just kind of blows my mind when I see actual images. I don't know if y'all can see that very well, but there's clouds in the background, so it's kind of a cool image. Okay, this right here, also super cool. When I first was looking at it, I was like, okay, well, that is not the best positive, negative example. Okay, it's a, do y'all know what that is? Do what? Yes, yes. It's like an old-timey record player. But do you see another image in it? Yes. Okay, so there, this is the coolest thing. Y'all got it quicker than I did. Right here is a bird. So it's an image with the image inside of it. Love it. You see the bird? But when I was looking at it last week, I was like, wow, okay, this is not. And then I was like, oh my God, there's a bird right there. So I thought that was really cool to show you. And we already know, after everything that we have done last week with shapes and organic shapes, we know that we have geometric shapes, and we know that we have organic shapes. Geometric shapes are made up with mathematical equations, rulers, and compasses, and then organic shapes are just any type of shape found in nature. They're free-flowing. So this, oh, and also, while we're talking about shape, I want to talk about balance. It's one of the principles of design. You do that. We'll do a little more with that in the intermediate art, but there's three types of balance actually. But here I'm just showing you two types: symmetry, symmetrical, and asymmetrical. Symmetry means that the sides are the same. So they're the same on both sides. So if I cut this down in half here, you know, this is the same over here, and this is the same over here. Same way. This is the same, this is the same. So it's completely symmetrical. The butterfly breaking into the triangles is asymmetrical. So the sides are different on both axes. You're going to kind of take this information right here and create your own positive negative square. So this is your project for today. You're going to create a square of your own, and you're going to explore positive negative by, you know, I'll show you. You're going to draw it out, and then, you know, what would be positive over here would be negative over there, and so forth. And you can do them, you can make it symmetrical or not. So how are you going to do that? Those of you at home, if you have, let me get a sheet of notebook paper. You can, if you're at home, and hopefully you got a ruler somewhere, somewhere there's got to be a ruler, or, you know, maybe use the, you know, the side of your phone or something and try to get a, this is not notebook paper. You need a square piece of paper, or you need to draw a square in your sketchbook. So if you are at home and you have notebook paper and you can't find a ruler or anything, one way to get a square out of notebook paper is to fold your notebook paper in half, because I know a lot of y'all are, you know, are doing a lot of your projects in a notebook type of thing. That's completely fine. If you fold your notebook paper, and then the two pink lines right here, if you get some scissors, or if you fold the paper and tear it, you don't even necessarily need to have scissors, but you either fold the paper and kind of tear it, or get some scissors and cut it. And I grabbed a whole bunch of notebook sheets of paper, so let me cut this in half again. You'll do yours with just one little sheet. This is the easy way to just get a square if you don't want to draw one, if you want to have one like cut out. So here's your square. All right, so that's very easy. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your paper and you're going to fold it, and then you're going to fold it again, and then you're going to end up with 4 squares. Like that, 4 squares. You don't have to cut it out and do this. You can, with a ruler, draw a box and then divide it, you know, into 4 sections. You don't have to do it like this way, but this way you have it exactly perfect. So then what you're going to do is take, you know, these 4 little square areas, and you're gonna draw a design on them. It can be organic, it could be geometric. You could, you know, just draw a butterfly. It can be, you can tell that this one's kind of symmetrical, but you don't have to do it symmetrical. You could do it asymmetrical. An example to show you if you want to do something symmetrical, a quick little way to do that at home if you decide to, you know, start with a piece of notebook paper. If you, where's all my designs? This is not the one I want to show, but I will show. So an easy way to get something symmetrical is to draw it like one time in one square and draw with a pencil like in super heavy, like make dark, super heavy lines. Then fold it over and then draw back onto those lines. You'll be able to see it and it will transfer to there. Now it'll transfer here kind of lightly and you'll have to kind of go back over it, but you will see it. And you just keep doing that until it's all drawn all the way around. So that's one very quick way of getting a symmetrical design. You can tell some of us have gotten a little crazy with the symmetrical designs. I had another one. So that's an option. Wrong computer. Okay, then after you've drawn your design, you're gonna fill in, you know, you're gonna fill in kind of like checkerboard. So whatever is black over here is going to be white over there. Does that make sense? And the same for here. If it's, you know, white there, it'll be white here. Let me repeat that. Well, if it's black here, the background over there would be white. If it is black here, the background over here would be white. So you're doing the opposite with when you're coloring in. You may not have a marker. I understand that. You can do it really dark with a pencil or a crayon or anything that will make these positive, negative shapes pop out. Here's some examples. Some are very symmetrical, as you can tell. Some are not symmetrical. You don't have to necessarily draw, you know, this is not symmetrical. This circle is not anywhere else. This circle, you know, you can just, in each square, it's very easy. I mean, you could do something with your name. In each square, you're gonna draw a design. Or if you want to do something symmetrical, get a compass or do how I showed you to transfer it to each square, you can do that. But you're then going to fill it in either with a pencil or a marker, basically like a checkerboard, every other one to make it positive, negative. Here's a little bit more advanced. I mean, I don't really think it's advanced. You guys have already drawn your hands. This is something totally that you can do. You know, there's a hand here, there's a hand there. The hand here is white. The hand there is black, which means this would be white, which means that would be black. That makes sense, like with the checkerboard. These are really cool. Normally here, if you were here, we would do a cut paper collage. Normally is what we do. That one's really cool too. It's just simple shape. You're either doing geometric shapes, organic shapes. You can draw something recognizable. This is perfect, the starfish. Like you could draw a big heart on this and, you know, think back to Zentangles. You can draw anything on that piece of paper. Then you're gonna go back in and what's positive over here is gonna be negative over here. So you're going to basically do kind of like a checkerboard. These are great examples. You can either do something in each individual square or draw something really big on the square. And then when you switch to the next square, whatever you colored in here is going to be the opposite on here. These turn out really good. I would recommend doing it in a marker if you do have a marker. If you don't, a pencil's fine. I have an example somebody sent earlier today. If I can find my email. And it, you know, they did it in their sketchbook. And I'm not saying it's the best example, but, you know, it's a way you can do something if you do not have a marker or rulers or things. Google's been really slow for us today. I guess there's some Google issues somewhere. I mean, obviously, look how slow it's taking for my email to load up. But here's an example, you know, from a class earlier today. And you can tell he did it in his sketchbook. And you know, he kind of got it as square as he could. and he just used his pencil to do positive negative design. So, you know, this is kind of what we're looking for. So this is what you're working on today. You know, like I was telling you earlier with a butterfly, you could draw, you know, a big butterfly, and, you know, when you have when you divide it into fours, you've got an area, your butterfly could have more pattern. I'm trying to see if I see anything else cool. Okay, that's all I want to show you. So that's what we're working on today. You're gonna do I'm gonna go back into the sketches really quickly so everybody knows where your sketches are every day. And I think today, remember, no. Yeah, every day you go into this thing that says daily sketchbook assignments, because this is where your PowerPoint is. And you're just gonna scroll to you get to what we did last week, Jackson Pollock, Gustav Klimt. We ended with Gustav Klimt, if I remember correctly. Today we're gonna do Egon Schiele. He's got this weird, gnarly, like intertwined guy. He studied Gustav Klimt, who did the Kiss painting, and so he's kind of got some cool information. And as what we were just talking about, you're going to write down this vocabulary about balance, symmetrical, asymmetrical, and then we would move on to Paul Gauguin tomorrow. So always know where your sketch assignments are. Let me see if we have any questions from our chat room. It doesn't look like we do. If you have any questions, email me. You're going to be uploading all your projects, working on this positive negative design of your own design today, working on your sketchbooks, and having a good day. I'm going to upload this into your announcement section today.